Hi guys, I am John Carrick, author of Legacy of a Mad Scientist and The Legend of Ashley Fox. Today, we are looking at 100 Bullets written by Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Risso, trying to get some hints, tips, and tricks on better storytelling for comics, novels, and video games. I've got a couple novels out myself. I love to draw, and I am developing a racing game right now, which will have some stories once the game part works. But this is 100 Bullets 97. From June of 2009. Wait till you see some of the ads that are in this book. This series started in 1999. It's been going 10 years. That's unreal. So here we go. 100 Bullets. That's Megan Dietrich on the cover by Dave Johnson with some, pasties over her nipples. And then there's BioShock. That was a good game. It was some weird parts, but science fiction's supposed to be weird, right? You know, that level where you're the dog in the 1950s neighborhood. That was really fun. Let's see who's talking. I'm going to fast forward a page. Oh, here we go. I think this is Megan. I don't believe things could be any more broken than they are. The trust is in pieces. No one's word means anything. Mine included, of course. Who's that? That's Victor Ray heading up some stairs. The nice fire extinguisher right there. Fire extinguishers are one of my favorite things. And then we have Agent Graves with Javier Vasco and Augustus Medici in that middle panel. And down there at the bottom, that is Will Slaughter, who assassinated Joseph Rothstein in Chicago in his basement gunsmith shop. It's essential for them to be able to rely on each other, and that's gone. It's really unnerving how unrecognizable our worlds become. So this is Megan complaining while she's in the steam bath, but really what is she doing? For us, for the audience, she is doing a recap. This is exposition. This is like previously on 100 Bullets, the first 2 pages. That would be 2 minutes in a TV show, which is actually... You could probably get away with this in 20 seconds. It would take about that long to read these words. Truly unnerving, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So Megan thinks she's in control. She thinks she's riding out these events of chaos because they've touched her, and she thinks she got away with just a scar over her right breast, right? She thinks. And we're not even drawing it anymore. I think throughout this entire issue... Oh, there it is. So yes, we are drawing it still. So now what? Now, Joan, we get a sit down on our terms. Do you think that's a possibility, Thibaut? It has to be, or we refuse. Look, I think we can all admit, when Graves started out to cut off the heads, we were more than happy to absorb the houses into our own. Greed is a hell of a motivator. Greed and Graves. Ha! But it was Augustus's plan. And it wasn't a hard sell. So here we have Vic coming out onto a rooftop somewhere. Right? What's he doing? Greed and fear. But no house had the infrastructure to take on a piece of another. Let alone 8. We got richer. Same time we got weaker. Not every house. No, Thibaut, Vasco, and Medici were prepared. None of the rest of us were, though. That was by design. What about Benito? If things get messy, I hope he'll recognize an opportunity. It's tough to say. Do you have any sway over him or not? Yes, I do. And there's Benito on the other side of his gun on the next page. And Lono's bloody mouth. That's a cliffhanger we didn't have to suffer through very long. And this little exposition, this 5-page exposition, was actually really well done, right? What the fuck? Lono just runs. He's not going to stick around to ask questions. Benito missed. You can't shoot Lono and not kill him and think, you can just punish him like that. And you can't kneecap Lono. It's not who he is. Creed doesn't even try to chase him. Grant Morrison and Philip Bond, rebellion, romance, random violence, just a typical day. Kill Your Boyfriend, October 2008. If that's October of 2008, and we're reading this in January, not June, January of 2009. January of 2009. So Benito goes off and just starts unloading, right? 5 shots. Bam, 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 bam. Benito, no. You're giving him cover. I can't hear him. And so then Crete got his nose busted by Lono. Was that in the end of the last issue, or did they just show that right now? Ah, here it is, right here. It's a good shot, too, right? Crete sneaks up behind him and gets what for. And Lono is on the run. I love the bloodshot eyes right here. That's genius. And then, I can't hear him. Crete's a monster, isn't he? Look at him. Just waiting. Just waiting. 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 But Lono's gone. Get the girl. Bring her inside. He's gone. Attention all posts. Code 7. Secure the premises. It's time to end this war. It's over. Are you out of your mind, Augustus? Phil, the grand plan, I'm taking it off the table. We settle with what we've gained, and what in the hell have I gained? Perhaps more than the trust. The Minutemen will be reinstated. You'll hold a distinct advantage over 5 houses. I was never interested in an advantage. You want to quit? Fine. I have work to do. Am I the only one who's thinking clearly here? This is not the time to go soft. Javier, you have no idea what time it is. Really, Graves, how many men have you at this minute? I'll take that silence to mean less than you're comfortable with. Seeing this through will mean less than you can live with. And Augustus, giving the Minutemen the upper hand is suicide. What do you suggest, Javier? Listening, we call Omaha. So he wants to negotiate with Joan Darcy, Megan Dietrich, and who's the other guy? Thibaut Vermeer. His name must be Vermeer because that is the name that we've heard and haven't met anyone from that house. Mortal Kombat. Check this out. This is a great ad. Scorpion versus Batman. Worlds collide. Coming in November. Mortal Kombat. This might be Javier Vasco. This might not be. But Javier Vasco said, listening, calling Omaha. Only after we agree how this is going to end. Now that might be Graves or Augustus. It's probably Augustus. Only after we agree how this is going to end. Benito, he's grown. I've helped him in some ways. At the same time, though, I wonder if what he does is for his father's approval. You wonder? Should we be concerned? So that's Thibaut Vermeer right there, asking. 4 pages of Mortal Kombat ads. Dizzy is beaten up. We should be aware, Thibaut. If things get grim, I can't promise you which side he'll take. Well, there's 2 sides to every bridge. We'll cross that one when we get there. And how do we get there? Taking the moral high road. Lono is working it. Look at him running. Taking, we already have it. We aren't the criminals here. 2 houses united and moved against every other house in the trust. Heads are dead. My father, for one, brutally murdered. And there was a time when there were men to deal with that sort of thing. Now there are murderers. We make a deal with them. You mean with Graves? No, I said with them. Given the state of the world, I think they'll listen. Bring. He ain't answering. Okay, so we have Lono running. Then we have Megan looking beautiful and naked up in front of a window. Atlantic City, New York, Omaha. Is that Omaha, Nebraska? Really? She says we make a deal with them in her bikini. Lono's still running, aiming for a bridge. Now we have Jack with the Croatoa painting that he got off Echo Memoria, right? He's in a hotel room getting drunk by himself. And then Cole and Loop are in a car. And Cole's calling someone and says, he ain't answering. So now let's see what happens on the next page. Some surprise, you fucking told him you were going to waste him. So he's scared. Yeah, Cole, that's what he is. Yeah, Cole, that's what he is. Like motherfucking Kong was of Plains. That was some stupid shit pissing Lono off. Those planes killed that big ape. Hey, why the hell you involved in all this, Loop? You don't have to be. My father, Mr. Hughes, he was a good man. We all respected him. Truth, he should have been one of us. If not for... Okay, I smell ya. No, you don't, and don't pretend to. I got the attaché from Graves. My pop's picture was in it. I was told the man you all respect supposedly fucking wrecked my life. Maybe I hate on the fact y'all knew him better than I did. Lono's got one of those dogs by the throat, right? Ugh. A dog can't kill a guy if you don't let it. And you know, dogs with long snouts, like German Shepherds, they're even more susceptible to being fought with because you can get more leverage over their neck with that long, long snout. Those little dogs, you have to boot them like Lono does here. Following in your old man's footsteps is possibly something he'd kick your ass for doing. Loop, look, this life, this fucking life, it ends one way. Everyone's does, Cole. Same way. Might as well be fucking when it does. And speaking of Kong, weren't no planes did him in. Everybody knows. Was a beauty killed the beast. And there's Echo Memoria at Jack's door, right? Knock, knock. He's getting up, drunk as piss. Of course he is. It's Jack. He ain't high, but he's drunk. So are we in agreement? Now this L cut. So we had Loop talking over the images, right? We're getting audio from one scene, visuals from another, and now we get an L cut leading back to Augustus and Graves and Javier Vasco. It says, so are we in agreement? And there's that crocodile tail from Augustus Medici's home in Miami in the Everglades. I'm not going to agree, Javier, but I won't disagree either. Phil, what you're asking me to do. Not to do. I know. It rubs you the wrong way, Thibaut. We have to make them understand we're prepared for things to get worse before they get better. Now is the time to force what they think is the solution down their throats. Lono climbing the fence, running all out. Again, we have the audio over the visuals of another scene. All of this braided. This is braided. This is 3 scenes at once, right? Cole and Loop, Lono running from the dogs. 4 scenes, Megan and her friends, and then Augustus and these guys, Augustus Graves and Javier Vasco. I'm not comfortable with it from a numbers standpoint, says Thibaut Vermeer to Megan Dietrich. The deciding vote is important. If we do this, it'll be ours. Assuming we're on the same page. That's Javier Vasco and Augustus Medici. And then Lono gets his foot chomped down on, has to kick a dog off, and is now running barefoot. Lono kicks the dog off, loses his shoe, gets over the fence. Assuming they'll sit down. They will. In fact, they will come to us asking for it. And there we have Megan Dietrich. We have to end the turmoil and put the trust back together. And if it has no resemblance to what it was, they'll have no idea what we 3 can make it be. For that to happen, we really do need another death. I think this is the way it has to go. So talk about braided, right? Like literally a braid. I mean, maybe right here it's just the two switching back and forth, but we have Lono. Yeah. So Lono going over the fence. The dog's trying to get after him, leaving part of his shirt behind. Now, I hope this is one of those thick, heavy canvas Hawaiian shirts and not these silky, soft, super smooth Hawaiian shirts, which is, as we well know, that's exactly what he's wearing. But if it were one of the canvas sort of ones, it would be easy to put over barbed wire. It would actually be like a jacket almost. Look at Lono, the monster. Can go through hell and survive. Now he's got some mechanical damage right there. The foot, that's mechanical. The arm looks pretty mechanical. He is in rough shape. He's missing. He's got a hole in his mouth and his jaw, probably knocked out some of his back molars. One more. And it's over. And so now look at that. Sniper's rifle, 2 sniper rifles. One of them has a silencer and one of them does not. There are 2 shots, 2 people being aimed at. Who's going down? We will find out next week. Someone got hit. Agreed. Someone got hit. A window got shattered. And that's some blood down there at the bottom panel. Now, apparently, you're not allowed to make blood red. And that's why it's black with those red highlights. It's still pretty rough. It's pretty clear what it is, ain't it? Wally. Twilight. That song was the best thing to come out of that movie, wasn't it? It's still a good song. 97, January 2009, 100 Bullets. Written by Brian Azzarello, illustrated by Eduardo Risso, cover by Dave Johnson. That's Megan Dietrich right there on the cover. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I think there is some stuff. I mean, obviously there's stuff to talk about, right? Israel has launched rockets on Iran, and Iran has returned fire on Tel Aviv. So that's a pretty big deal. I have a stack of Conan comics right next to me, and I'm going to get more, actually, tonight. While this is uploading, I will be on my way to pick up some more for you guys. Not just Conan comics, but Savage Sword, Conan the Barbarian Black and White magazine. We're going to be black and white for a while. And I will be doing other stuff, too, working on the video game, getting videos uploaded for that. I have surgery scheduled for a week and 3 days from now, which I am terrified of. It's my 3rd one. I'm not looking forward to it. AI. Is AI a danger to comic books? I don't think so. AI is not going to take over storytelling. AI will become a new villain and a new god in storytelling. I think that's going to happen for a while. AI is going to become a device in storytelling, but AI is not going to put writers and artists out of work. It's not going to happen. Writers and artists are compelled to do their work. They're compelled to find their audience. As long as that happens, AI is not going to interfere with that transaction. Comedians are going to be able to find more fans of their work by using AI, and I don't fault them for that at all. I think that's great. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I hope you're having a great time. Read a comic book. Find a comic book worth reading. Tell me about it in the, if you want, recommend some comics to me in the comments. Recommend stuff. As long as it's not Superman or Batman or Green Lantern, I'll read it. I want to do Channel Zero. I want to do From Hell. I want to bring you guys the stuff that maybe could be a movie or a TV show, but doesn't involve costumes and stuff like that. All right, talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.